Hi, Stevie.
Hey,
You doing okay?
yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Whoa, you sound a little grumpy.
What? What does that mean? I sound like me. I don't sound grumpy. I don't
Well,
sound grumpy at all.
you sound a little grumpy, and that means that maybe you're struggling with having a bad mood,
What?
which just means
Well-
you're bothered by something.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm bothered by?
What?
People who cough all night long.
Oh,
Yep,
really?
yep. That's what bothers me.
Uh-huh.
You know, I was sleeping last night.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden, somebody coughed. They coughed 2 times, and it woke me up twice.
Wow.
Yeah, it woke me up 2 times throughout the night, and I didn't sleep very good. And now I'm tired. And I guess maybe I'm in a bad mood.
Yep,
Yep,
I'm sure that must have
Yeah.
been so
it
frustrating.
was. You know, maybe you should drink some water when you're coughing. Maybe you should drink some water.
Well, what if the person did drink some water?
Well, or maybe they should try some honey.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll help.
That is a good idea.
Yeah.
What if the person did try honey?
Well, maybe they should take some cough medicine
Yeah.
to stop their coughing.
Yes. Stevie,
Yeah.
did you know that that person was me coughing last night?
Was you?
Yeah, I'm really sorry
Really?
that I kept you up last night.
Maybe you should have drank some water.
I did.
Really? Maybe you should have tried some honey.
Well, I did
What?
several times.
Maybe you should have taken some cough medicine.
And actually, I did that too.
Really?
Yes.
And
And,
it didn't help?
no, it didn't help. And in fact, I have been awake pretty much for 3 nights,
Really?
waking myself up coughing.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
So,
I only heard you last night.
yeah, it's been for like the last 3 nights. So I'm
Oh.
glad you only heard me last night.
I bet you're really tired.
Oh, I'm so tired, Stevie. I'm so tired.
Really?
And do you know that when I'm tired, it's really hard for me not to have the grumps as well.
You?
Yeah.
You get the grumps?
A lot. Actually,
Really?
yeah, so often
That's
that
hard to believe.
that Steve and I actually have needed to work on when one of us has the grumps. And so Steve came up with something to help us when we have the grumps.
Really?
Do you want to hear about it?
Yeah, that would be great.
All right. Let's ask
Steve, please come here.
Oh, hey Stevie. Hey Liz. Yeah, the grumps, blech. Nobody likes the grumps. Nobody likes being grumpy. Nobody likes it when other people are grumpy, but you know what? It happens to everyone. Sometimes we're just sick, we're tired, we're alone, lonely, and we're sad or we're scared, or sometimes we're just hungry. And so being grumpy or having the grumps isn't a sin, but what we do with it might be. So the way we respond when we are grumpy or the way we respond to people when they're grumpy can either be really good or really bad. So the Lord wants us to learn how to deal with the grumps. And so in Proverbs 4:23, he says we have to watch over our hearts. And so that means watching over our hearts when we have the grumps. It means watching over our hearts when other people have the grumps. That can be really hard. So we're going to look at a few stages to the grumps. First off, grumping. That's like you just woke up, you're in a bad mood. Stevie, when Liz asks you, how's it going? You're fine. That's grumping. That's just when you're being grumpy. Second stage, it's realizing you're grumpy. And usually, that's pretty easy because somebody else is usually going to let you know you're grumpy. It sounds like somebody's in a bad mood. So the third part is understanding why you're grumpy. And that might be easy. That might be difficult. Maybe there's things that expectations you had that didn't get met. or maybe you didn't sleep good. All different kinds of reasons, but really understanding why you're grumpy can make a big difference. But the next part is the hardest, I think. It's making a choice not to be grumpy. Once you realize you're grumpy and you know why you're grumpy, then you have to say, you know what? Okay, yeah, I don't need to be grumpy anymore. And it's really hard, and that's why we're going to pray for patience and asking the Lord, Lord, I know that I've had a bad night or I've whatever. Please help me be patient with other people. And then the last thing is serving someone else. And actually, that's a really good way to get your mind off of yourself and onto someone else. And generally, if you go to and serve someone else and help them, your grumpiness is going to go away. Why? Because you're not focused on yourself anymore. And so, sometimes we see other people who've got the grumps. So we have to learn how to care for someone with the grumps. So how do we do that? Well, we consider why they may be grumpy. And they may have a good reason. So you know what, Stevie, you had a really good reason to be grumpy this morning. You didn't sleep well and you're tired. So Liz, I'm glad you just stopped and said, oh, Stevie, you sound like you may be grumpy. And you considered why. And you allowed Stevie to talk about what was going on. So maybe sometimes people just need to talk about things that are going on, and that can be helpful for them. Sometimes they just need to vent some frustration. But when they do that, you have to respond with gentleness. Liz, if you had responded to Stevie and said, well, you know what, Stevie? I was coughing all night long. How about that? That wouldn't have been very helpful. But you responded with gentleness to Stevie's concern. And last, you want to encourage them. Now, this can look like different things depending on why someone is grumpy. Maybe if they're sick, you can bring them some medicine or some chicken soup. If they're tired, maybe you can help make sure they get to bed early. Or if they're lonely, maybe you can spend time with them. Or if they're hungry, bring them a sandwich. So there's all kinds of ways that we can care for someone with the grumps. So anyway, I hope you found this helpful. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. I'm taking off to the mountain. Peace out.
Wow, I didn't realize that everybody gets the grumps sometimes. Maybe I could help someone else with their grumps.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Hey, would you like some tea for your cough?
Yes, I would love tea for my
good.
cough.
Steve, could you get Liz some tea? I think she has the grumps.